Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cozy Gamer Jessa. And today we're going to be building a graveyard, and it's going to be Marlowe's yard also. So the first thing I'm going to do is move his house in this general area, and then we're going to start by placing down some path. I did have to go on the online portal to find a new path because I felt like the other ones didn't really match the spooky fall graveyard theme, and I'm gonna post the new code of the brick path that I found. If you're interested in using that path, it'll just be down below and on the screen. So the person that made this path also has a bunch of other codes and paths that look really cool, so I would definitely check them out if this is your style, because they have a lot of other designs that you'd probably like. And I just found this path on Pinterest and then followed that to where all their creator codes were. So I'm just going to make the brick path go right in the middle of the graveyard, and then I'm going to have the tombstones on each side, a few on each side. And I also need to add a path headed towards the neighborhood to the left, and I also am going to add a little path to the right side that will lead up to the maze that we built in a previous video. And if you're interested in watching that video or the neighborhood video, the whole playlist of all these Acorn Island builds will be linked down below, and I recommend watching them if this is your style of builds or if you just want to watch some videos. So from the very beginning of planning my island, I knew I wanted to have a graveyard, and at first I did want to have Lucky's house in the graveyard because he's like dressed up as a mummy or whatever, but we unfortunately haven't got Lucky yet, and I'm not sure if we will because this island is, almost built up already. And we did get Marlowe in one of our autofills, and I thought that he kind of looked like a funeral director, so I thought that his house would kind of go with the graveyard theme. So I did have a hard time decorating this graveyard, and I think it's mainly because I've never built anything like this, and there wasn't a whole lot of Pinterest posts on graveyards, and a lot of them had items that I didn't have, and I was only limited to what I could get at Treasure Islands and on the Facebook group page. So I did the best I could with what I had, and I think it did turn out pretty well at the end. Also, sorry about the last few clips. I didn't realize you could hear my husband in the shower in the last clips, so sorry about that. And moving on, in addition of decorating this graveyard, I also wanted to decorate a little bit of the pathways, like I said, up to the maze and to the neighborhood, because I haven't got to that yet, and I feel like it would just look a lot better if I didn't skip out on those and did those while I did this. And pretty much I just added path and like some mushroom items and a lot of leaf piles. Right now I'm just adding bushes, flowers, and trees. So I decided on mostly black flowers and some like red pansies because I just thought they looked good with the build. And eventually in this build I do decide to move things around because off camera I did go to another treasure island looking for more items to add because I felt like I was lacking items, and I got the Valiant statue. I think that's what it's called. It's the statue with the girl with the wings, and I've seen a lot on Pinterest of people using that in graveyard builds, so I thought it would look pretty well in this build. So as you can see right now, I'm adding a fence because I thought it would just take up more room, and it blended good with the graveyard, and I thought maybe we needed a separation between Marlowe's yard and the graveyard. And when I picked up that western stone, I put down the statue because that's where I wanted to put it, and I was going to move it to the front of the graveyard. And since that one isn't all mossy, I also had the wheelbarrow with the dirt, so it looks like someone was just recently buried there, was my thought process. So after moving the western tombstone, I thought that the graveyard was a little too dark and I wanted to have more lights, so I added more street lights, and I ended up going back to my storage system and also getting glowing moss, just like I did in my last couple builds, adding glowing moss to add some light and also to add some like whimsical feel to it. So the video is a little short today, but only because this build is was kind of easy to build, because you can only do so much with a graveyard, and I think it turned out really well. And right now I'm just adding my finishing touches, like my flowers, and like I said before, I'm going to be adding my moss at the end. So I'm really interested in knowing what builds you're looking forward to, and if you want to leave a comment down below of what you are looking forward to seeing me build or what you're building in game, just leave a comment down below. It's kind of bittersweet every time that I finish making a build on this island, is because I've never finished an island, and I've had like 2 other islands, not on YouTube, but just in my personal life, and I've always not finished them, and I've just restarted. So if I'm able to finish this island, it'd be a really big accomplishment to me, and I'm really looking forward to the next couple builds, because we only have like a handful left and this island will be pretty much finished, which is kind of insane to me. With that being said, I truly believe that I wouldn't have got this far without this YouTube channel and then all my subscribers that I'm getting, and I really appreciate you watching these videos and liking and subscribing, so thank you so much. The last thing I really have to do before this build is done and I can give you a tour is just time travel and make it a little bit darker, because I want to see what it looks like with the streetlights on, and then I'll show you around. So this is my graveyard build, and it is simple, but I think it came out really well. I love the way the path looks with everything else, the black flowers, the little bit of mushroom items to add some like fall element, and the glowing moss for some whimsy or whatever. So if you enjoyed the video today, please consider commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I hope you stay tuned for the next videos to come, and have a wonderful day. Bye!